Hello, John Neal here. It's Saturday the 14th of December 2024 and my friend Graham Hurst is going to show you how to make a Liverpudlian sawhorse. Hello, Graham.
Hello, I'm Graham Hurst from Knowsley, Merseyside. I'm a retired joiner. I started 60 years ago this year as an apprentice, then I worked as a joiner at further education, a clerk of works, had my own businesses, worked for others before retirement as a site manager. Today, I'm showing you my version of what you might call a sawhorse. In Merseyside, we call it a saw block, right. But it's unique in its design. It's made with a stout top, 600 long, 300 wide. You don't see any on any of the YouTube videos, anything near mine. All the components of my design can be replaced easily. You can take the whole thing apart in 5 minutes. Replace a leg, a gusset, you can reverse the top if you cut the top up a bit, damage it. You can use cramps to hold work pieces, and it's you can have two of them, you can put planks between them and make a working platform, and it's a general good bit of kit.
Should we have a look at the finished article?
Yes, we can. Here's one of the finished saw blocks. You can see 600 wide. The height for my height is 530. This one's been made from a friend John, who's much taller, so it's about 75 mil taller than normal for me. It's unique in many ways, as you will have noticed, but you can hold work pieces there or anywhere around the edge on all four sides. As you can see, it's got a considerable overhang all the way around. You can stand on the end, although I'm not going to do it now, and it won't tip over. It won't tip over that way. The legs extend, you know, up to or slightly beyond the limits of the top.
Yeah.
On this is the underside of the top. I've marked out quite clearly, I think, in the bold lines where everything goes. There's the centre line in each direction. You'll see when as we progress just what they're for. But you work 60 either side, draw the parallel line, 440 long, it's marked on there, and you introduce a piece of timber.
Can you just hold that edge, the end of it to us, and you can see the angles cut on it?
The bevel on the underside, and all the bevels are 12 degrees. They're compound cuts on the legs, both ends of the legs, so everything is 12 degrees.
Put that on the top of there, where it's to go.
Right, it's mounted, put it that way, like that, and screwed down once the legs and the gussets are well, sorry, we do that first, mount those first, and then we will get two legs. I won't do these in. This is the way it's assembled. It's a set length, it's got the centre line marked on the face and on the edge.
Yeah.
And this is obviously the outside. It's mounted there in line with the centre line here, and then screwed down as that side is. So I'll now screw this down to show you, keeping it aligned on the outside and on the centre line, and then it's screwed down. Check that end.
Lovely.
And then these components, these three, I've got a 12 degree bevel on there which facilitates lining it up. You don't necessarily need it, but it's just a bit more fiddly, keeping that face and that face flush on there. So what we do is flush on that side, flush on the end, put a screw in there, screw in there,
zips that.
We continue that side. This is what it looks like then.
There you go.
I've got a face side mark on the outside, the countersunk on the outside. These are countersunk on the inside.
And it goes?
And it goes here. There's a centre line there, and it goes there, in line with the centre line. And then we tighten the screws up there. 2 screws, and we repeat on this side, and that's it for that stage.
Now then, no giggling at the back, but he's talking about gussets next.
Right, the gussets on the end have got a 12-degree bevel to make close contact with the underside of the lid. Got a face side mark on the drilled and countersunk holes. You'll see on the sketch that accompanies this that I've put dimensions for the screws. It's so they don't collide. You know, there's nothing worse than drilling a hole and making a mess because it's hitting another screw.
Yeah.
So they just go on there, just judge central because there's a little quirk being formed there. So screw on there. On the bottom on this side. And then just make the leg parallel using your body. Make it parallel with the outer edge. That's okay.
So why is there a little...
Well,
why is that not...
That's a quirk there.
A quirk?
Rather than try and get it flush. It gives you a tolerance.
Okay, right. Lovely.
So we repeat that the other
Same
end.
the other end.
Finished job.
I think the word is hey presto.
Hey presto. The hole is also convenient to carry them. You can carry two with one hand.
Oh, look at that.
And then you can carry the cup of tea for the wife. Two different heights, 75mm. John's over 6 foot, I'm at 5'6". So that's the job.
And what are they called again?
They're called a saw block.
Saw block.
Saw block, saw horse or saw bench.
There you go.
A saw horse has a saw bottom. It has 4 legs and it goes nee.
Graham, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. Graham made that one for me, and as you can see, I've made good use of it, and it has been very useful, and I'm really pleased to have it. And it's all repairable as well, so if you knock the top about...
If you knock the top, you can turn the top over quite easily. You just undo the 4 50mm screws. You can replace the legs, the gussets, anything. You take the whole thing to pieces in 5 minutes and replace anything. Now, the essential thing of making this is that the plywood is 25mm thick. If you can't get 25mm thick material, use 2 thicknesses of 12.5
and stick it together.
Or you could use an 18 and a 12.5 and make it even thicker. It doesn't really matter, but you need the strength just so the screws will hold it together. It will carry a considerable weight. I once had on 2 of them a ton of cement on a pallet. I don't have the photograph, but that's
we'll believe you. No trouble. Graham, thank you very much. That's brilliant. Look at that.
Right, bye for now.
Thank you very much.